Okay, so here we are once again with the Pelupelu Rep. We've gotten it to the next reputation level here, so this is going to be the Bloodsworn epilogue part of the quest. So last time we had the little bit of the finale, where basically we had a guest that had come over from Razat Han, who we know from the MSQ has recently entered into a peace treaty with Tuliolo, and they came sort of as an emissary to see, you know, like what potentially their two nations could gain from one another, and they hope to strengthen the relationship between Razat Han and Thrall going forward. And so we got to go with them with a rail tour. It was one of the scientists that we met, one of the alchemists that we had met before, who was part of the Great Works, who was with Nidana's crew, who got named. They were an unnamed alchemist before, but yeah. And basically we got to like give them a tour, and like it was a nice little cutscene showing all the improvements and things that we had added over time to the tour and how that all ended up playing out, and like a little tour around the Hanu area and around the Malvin area and stuff like that. It was very cute. And the Wing of Reflections guy was the first person we ever took on a tour, who was with the government in Tuliolo, was just like, you know what, things have been doing great here and there's a lot of improvements, and we want to give the official backing of the Tuliolo government for the Wings of Reflection to this industry, because they think it's they think it will do good for everybody going forward. And so there's this little monument of the Kishaihi thing that they put in as sort of a symbol of this. I also noticed later down the line, because this place always, you know, as you can improve with the reputation, like the place will expand. Like that area back there got like the giant tower and stuff like that. I also noticed they put these little like floating like balloons, little manatee balloons with like the little greenery and stuff like that, and a little lantern floating on them. So there's a few of them around here. I noticed this later. I guess I hadn't looked up before, and it's very adorable. I don't know if I think for the epilogue you get like a final like big improvement thing that happens to the area, but we'll see. And yeah, that's more or less where we are here. So let us continue the story here with Pelupelu. Partners Impel. Pelupelu has. Oh wait, is that Mablu? Oh, Mablu's gonna get here. Shit, I voiced Pelupelu and Mablu very similarly, so they're gonna be. I'm gonna be like, oh shit, they're twins. But we did know that they were friends. That Mablu was basically the one who recommended us to Pelupelu to help out Pelupelu and her brother start this venture. All right, Pelupelu has exciting news to share with you. Kelvin, thanks to you, the Thrali Travel Agency goes from strength to strength. The Wing of Reflection's backing has been a real boon, and we're seeing more traffic than ever. And it so happens we're due a visit from another special guest today, as you have many times before. Will you join me in welcoming them? Stoic nod, stoic nod. Thank you. Let's go and wait by the Wing of Reflection's monument outside. I think maybe I might have given Mablu a slightly, like, bubblier voice. I don't know, man. They're both very bubbly. Like I said, they're very similar. All right. I appreciate how generous you are with your time. We are very generous with our time. I really do. Our guest should be here any moment now. They are. It's yo, it's Mablu, who's apparently like making a name for herself as a merchant, because this is not the first time that she's come up as being like, oh yeah, Mablu, the new merchant on the fucking block, has recommended me to you or spoken of you or etc. etc. All right, here we go. Wait, did I give Mablu an accent? Maybe I didn't, and this can be the differentiator with her. Blue, Kelwin, it's been a while. Blue, Kelwin, it's been a while. A little bit like that. Like I said, I voiced him very similar. So good to see you, Mablu. Welcome to the Terali Travel Agency, Kozamauka branch. Yeah, is there going to be other branches in the future going forward? That's right. Today's guest is none other than my dear friend Mablu. I'm sure you noticed, but she's had a hand in practically every aspect of the enterprise. From procuring supplies to facilitating critical communications and relaying news from trading posts all across Dural, she's been a huge help. Dude, Mablu, look at you go, man. And let's not forget that it was Mablu who introduced me to you. I remember. The Terali Travel Agency wouldn't be the institution it is today without your tireless efforts. You both have my eternal gratitude. Hell yeah, friend. I'm just grateful after all. I've gained my share of Pel as well. I'm starting to think more and more that I didn't give Mablu an accent. Mablu, I'm sorry, it's been a long time since you've been here. I think maybe a little bit of an accent. I still think a little bit of accent. Still, I can't hold a candle to you, Blue. Forging ties with the community and securing the endorsement of the Wing of Reflection. As a fellow entrepreneur in pursuit of our shared goal, I shall have to redouble my efforts. Curious head tilt, a shared goal. Nod, we shall share with her our goal. Our true goal is to make it so that the Pelupelu wear different colors than just red. As you can see, Mablu in pink, I am blue, and soon more colors shall be spread. Never have I told you this, but after Mablu first committed to becoming a peddler, she came to the alpaca wool bedding emporium. Now, that was where Blue and her brother used to work as a family industry. I was operating at the time and put to me a business proposal. Due to recent events, Dural has known much hardship, both great and small. And she wondered if perhaps we, through our mercantile pursuits, might do something to hasten the nation's recovery. You fucking legends, dude. From the terrible storm that destroyed the bridges and rendered the flight of we wingless impassable, to the sudden death of Gul Jaja, we've had much cause to grieve. But it is our way to spread happiness through trade. And I had to believe we could still make a difference, as only we Pelu could. Hell yeah, lass, hell yeah. When you and your comrades returned in triumph, there were festivities during which I spoke with many Turali. I sensed the people's growing desire to learn about their neighbors and share their own culture in turn. Hell yeah. I mean, that was also kind of what was happening with the leatherworker, carpenter, weaver role quests, you know, them sharing stories in Tuliolol from their cultures, the oral storytelling. That's why I told Blue I saw an opportunity ripe for the taking. And so I decided to establish the Terali Travel Agency. Mablu would keep in touch as she peddled her wares on the road, supporting us with her observations and insights. We were business partners in a Terali revitalization initiative, so to speak. Okay. So that was also the other thing with this as well. And that's why over and over it's been reiterated in this quest line that they wanted to ensure that the populace was benefiting from this as much as possible. Because that was their true goal all along. The more we expanded our operations, the more people and communities to which we would bring visitors and the more people and communities to which we would bring visitors and their pal. With everyone's help, we've enriched many lives. Yeah, the people visiting and the people that are like getting some, industry from this. But this is only the beginning. Through trade, we'll continue to bring Terali together and give them ample cause to smile. After all, that's what we Pelu do. Now and always. This is the Pelupelu reputation, after all. You're right about that. I can hear my inner abacus clucking away. It's proud we can hold true to our traditions. And just as convinced as I am that our dreams will come true. I hope you both keep the Terali Travel Agency in mind wherever you might be. Do be sure to send plenty of customers our way. Yeah. What about these expanded branches, though? You gonna give us a little bit of insight into what's happening with that? No? Or are you? Because, as a reputation, this has been mostly like, oh yeah, the Cosmoka branch, but like, they want to go, give tours to other places, so I assume they are expanding. We just don't get to be a part of it because the reputation system is so focused on being in one zone. Where would I be without you, Cohen? You've contributed so much to the agency and aided us in assembling an amazing group of collaborators. We do good. The Hanu are a joy to work with, and the Moblins are thrilled to have found an all-new audience for their crafts. Not to mention the alpaca porters and punity hands, pleased with all the extra pel in their pockets. But as I keep saying, we wouldn't have been able to forge those ties in the first place if it weren't for your help. I'm sure you're tired of me singing your praises. No, man. Please do continue to thank us. But I really do owe it all to you. Thanks for sticking with me as I've taken these first real steps towards my dream. Hell yeah, man. Helping people is what we're all about. I wonder where the next steps will lead me. Homeward to Recopacha? Or perhaps I should set my sights on Shaktaral. Please do. Let me know. I want to go with you. Show me more. All the places. Further south in Yoktaral, further north in Shaktaral. I'll go. Let me know. I'm game. Whenever. I want to see more. Who knows? One day the Tatali Travel Agency may even have an Alexandrian branch. Maybe. After all, a path only extends as far as you're willing to walk. And my legs have plenty of life left in them. A path only extends as far as you're willing to walk. That's very true. Either the road becomes too difficult and you're just like, nah, I think it's good that I went this far. Or maybe there's a reason that you wouldn't want to go further. Like maybe it's just like to go further would be, bad. Or something like that. Like this is as far as the path should go, like morally, for some things. But yeah, in terms of your dreams, man, reach for it, man. Reach for it. See how far you can go. All right, there we go. The cute little epilogues are usually a little bit short here, so there we go. Bloodsworn. The final reputation level for the Pelupelu, at least until we get the other reputations of Dawntrail, whatever those might be, and we'll get this to do the allied quest line, hopefully, which they will do. Like I said, they've only ever missed Shadowbringers because of like development time stuff with COVID. I'm still hoping that one day somebody will get put on there to have like, they've shown that they're willing to put in past quest lines before, or like stuff like Tataru's Grand Endeavors. little quest line where you get to go back and like check in with some of the previous raid NPCs and stuff like that. Or like recently where they had like little epilogue quest for Pandemonium. Like, they could do it. I'd want them to. It's sitting as the lone not to allied reputations on my reputation list. All right, Pelupelu. Galvin, you have my heartfelt thanks. I don't know where I'd be without your constant support. I'm sure your services are in demand elsewhere, but there's always plenty to do in the Terali Travel Agency. Do drop by next time you find yourself in Kozumauka. All right, and I wonder if this person has anything to say. Nope, I don't think so. Okay. I think that last upgrade was the last upgrade we were gonna get. I was like, does the epilogue make this place pretty or not? I couldn't quite remember. I think these little Punity balloons are the last little like flare. Like how the Hippo Rider area is sort of, they put lights everywhere on it and stuff like that. All right, let's see real quick if Ubli has anything to say. This is Blue's brother. I gather my sister told you her hopes for the agency's future. Expanding across the continent, bringing happiness to Terali north, south, and everywhere in between. In other words, charging around like a headstrong alpaca as usual. Still, I couldn't be prouder. I chose to support Pelupelu in her endeavors, and I plan to continue doing just that. Holding fast to my Pelu principles every step of the way. Hell yeah, King. All right. Let us, now that we're like, we're maximum reputation here, let's see what is on the vendor, see what we can purchase here. This is just like the regular items, yeah. Making sure there didn't sneak anything on there. All right, so this is the Pelupelu mask. If you're tempted to go full Pelupelu, you as well may be a Pelu. Oh, the Pelu pack for the miscellany. Can we try this on? No, we can't. And then the Pelu framer kit. The wind-up Pelu minion. The perfect souvenir if it does say so itself. The Punity horn. So this is the mount for the Punity. This horn of bone produces a languid sound that calls your trusty Punity to your side. And then the orchestral roll. So yeah, getting the reputation all the way up here gets us all the goodies. I think that's it beside the mask, and I don't really have... I want to get the mask. What else can I buy with these tokens? I wanted to come back here and spend them. Materia mostly, it seems like. I have a lot of the other stuff to buy materia for, but I guess can always do that. All right. Orchestral roll. Minion. Let's look at this real quick. Here we go. A series of this automaton was crafted by a Bloodsworn goldsmith to serve as promotional souvenir for the Pelupelu run Terali Travel Agency. While the use of Kozumauka lumber lends it a homespun appearance, it moves in a highly lifelike manner thanks to the advanced mechanisms within. The Pelupelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, Aaronville. Here we go. Just a little guy. Just a little guy. And then let's see, this is the Pelu pack. So is this under fashion accessories? Yes, it is. Here we go. Boom. Very colorful. Very colorful, like the rainbow fabrics and other stuff like that on the top. Another very good pack to have. We do also have Aaronville's pack. The Gleaner backpack. This is a fun general travel one to have. It's got like the little lantern on the side. Giving me the real traveling around vibes. But this one is very colorful. I didn't realize when you put on a fashion accessory, your minion goes away. Fucking spaghetti coating. And then let's see the framer's kit. Okay, so this gives us portrait and frame elements. So the portrait elements is background and accent. So this should probably just be a little thing with the trolley travel agency in the background. Oh no, it's a pattern. Okay, that's pretty all right. Pretty nice colors. Pretty nice colors. And then the accent is, oh, some like banners and lanterns. But actually, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. This all might be a bit too colorful for you know what? Actually, it kind of works well. It kind of works well. Let me just maybe zoom in a little bit more. Get the zoom in. Good enough. Maybe if we lower this a bit more. All right. And then there's also some frame stuff for the adventure plate. Let's see. This is base plate, top border, bottom border, and accent. Base plate. Trolley travel agency. Okay, this is the one that has just like the sort of monochrome one in the background. Okay. Or it's not quite monochrome, but it's not full colored. And then there's top border. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, it's the Trolley Travel Agency. It's the Kishaihi Monument over here. And, oh, there's sign over here. The sign that's like out front. Out front this way. Very colorful. There's the sign. It's a very cute sign with the little alpaca. And let's look what the bottom border is. Okay, kind of straightforward. Straightforward bottom border. Let's see how that would look like. Currently I have like just the nice wood one. Yeah, I kind of like the ones that we have going currently. And then lastly, I think there's one more thing, right? Yes, the accent. Here we go. Oh, it's the Puniti. The Puniti statue, I see. I like the flowers that we currently have, but that's a cute little thing. the Puniti effigy. All right. And then finally, our mount. Here it is. Inhabiting the waters of Yogg-Tral, these gentle giants have been employed by men since olden days to tow boats on the continent's rivers and lakes. This specimen is particularly inquisitive, and having been imbued with the ability to fly, it has further developed a taste for travel. Ah yes, a Puniti after our own hearts. Come with us. The inheritor of the title, Traveler. If the Punitis are happy, then I'm happy too, Yuppie. And then it's got the little water splash extra action. Very cool. The little manatee mount. All right. Once again, this was a pretty adorable reputation. Nothing like I would say like nothing too crazy in terms of the lore or whatever have you, but pretty adorable. It was very cool that we did get a follow-up on the bandits. I think that was the biggest thing. We got a follow-up on the bandits from Kozmoka. And now Wawakesa, the leader of the bandits over here, is now working as a chef there. They've turned around turned over a new leaf. So I think that was my favorite part. And the characters, like with most things in this game, are a delight. Very adorable. Neat little mount? Yeah, it's a cute one. I do wish, though, and this is just a me thing, though, but I wish it had a little bit more flair to it. Like, if they gave it, like, a little colorful, like, little saddle, like, on the back of this thing. Like, some colorful cloth on the back, I think that would have been cute. Just a little extra flair of color. I understand. They wanted to go simple with it. Are you slightly sad that you got it a bit early, but the Pelupelu mask isn't bad either? What do you mean that I got it a bit early? Yeah, the Pelupelu mask is alright. I just, like, obviously it's... I don't think it's quite for me. I'm not making a glam around a Pelupelu mask. But, whoops. But, you know, it's there if you want it. If you want to look like a Pelupelu, here it is. Here it is. I do... Man, it would be cool if you could get rid of the goggles, but I understand they go with the beak. All right. The mount came a bit early in your eyes. Oh, you mean you feel like you needed to probably earn more currency for it? I don't know when it gets, like, I just finished the reputation and then I go over to the vendor and I buy all the things. Like, I don't know, like, when they get unlocked. I have no idea when things get unlocked. I basically started the reputation. I'm just like, all right, let's see the story. And then after I'm done, I'm just like, all right, let's buy the shit. That's the typical pattern I go with. I don't check the vendor each time it gets expanded. That's a me thing. So if it's in terms of like when things unlock from the vendor, I'm like, I have no idea. I didn't even look at the vendor. But yeah, I guess it does beat having to grind it out if something's given early or for like less currency or whatever have you. You know, I think the reputations serve mostly for like people that want a, you know, easy experience to get their jobs up. For those who haven't maybe gotten them to 100 yet and, you know, wrapped up into like a little cute storyline. Though I guess it also gives some of the, you know, so the casual audience something to log in and do each day. Anyway, though. So yeah, that is it for the Pelupelu Reputation. Like I said, it was a very cute storyline. I look forward to seeing what the other Dawntrail Reputations are going to be, because we still have, this was the battle one. And we still have the crafting and the gathering one. Because since Shadowbringers, the way that they've split the reputations is one battle reputation, one gathering reputation, and one crafting reputation. So we'll have to see what the other reputations are going to be. Most people are banking on the moblins for crafting, though this area, they already have Kozumoka for the travel agency, so it would probably be a different area for the moblins. It'd be kind of like how the dwarves in Shadowbringers, like you thought, oh, they're gonna be in Kalusha, right? But no, they got put over in Lakeland, where it was basically just like, yeah, we're gonna establish a workshop in Lakeland. Why? Because I don't know, there's some land here, and like our good friend came to look for us in Lakeland, and they were just like, all right, let's do it here. So, you know, they might do something like that with maybe a moblin trying to establish something elsewhere. Maybe even in Heritage Found or something. I wouldn't mind like a reputation that takes place in Heritage Found that's trying to like help restore the land in some way, especially if we end up taking down the dome at some point in time, which I'm hoping we will take down the dome. Because, you know, something's keeping up that dome. Just take it down. It'd be good for everybody. The only thing it wouldn't be good for is that they kind of need the dome's lightning energy to power their electrope. But if they could do that in a different way, because right now there's also like the Levin sickness that the dome is causing or whatever have you, but like, you know, who knows? But yeah, and then I don't know what they're gonna do for like if the modeling reputation is gonna be the crafting one, what's the gathering one gonna be? Who knows? They could do anything with it. I mean, look at what they did with the Shadowbringers one, or like even like the Omicrons was a little bit of a toss out there to be like, oh yeah, let's get an Ultimate Thule epilogue. That was awesome, but kind of out there. And then in terms of the Shadowbringers one, the Guittari weren't even a thing, and they just made them. They just made them, so, you know, maybe we'll be getting, ooh, you know what would be a fun one for gathering? The Mamulja. And we'd be able to help maybe the Mamook, build up the farm that they're trying to do, right? We're bringing in some foreign, crops to help Mamook thrive. My bet's on that one. My bet's on that one. The gathering one is gonna be with the Mamulja, and then the crafting one with the Moblins is what I would have to bet. But they could, like I said, they could throw a curveball and give us the Guittari, where they just like, here you go. Another race that was just like in the vicinity. Your thoughts are either Heritage Found for the gathering or crafting, same, or Yakta. Yeah, the Mamulja, yeah. I concur, yeah, that's a good idea. Heritage Found, definitely. It feels like that the Moblin, or like something could be done, like a story could be done there. Heritage Found is just, you know, kind of crazy though, and kind of desolate. So it's just like, what do they do? What would they want to do out there though, is the only question. Like, I guess like, that's tied to a side quest line though. But there is like the big side quest line in Heritage Found. There's the, there's a Shatona lass, a bun lass, who wants to rebuild the Aswani station, and I'm sure she must already be doing that because the trains are running, so the station must be running there too. But you know, I could get more of that. I don't know. Possibly Shalloani. Ooh, Shalloani could work. Do stuff with like the ceruleum and stuff like that. Be crazy if we could get like a Tonawada reputation. We'll have to see. There's lots of possibilities. Like I said though, I think I would really enjoy one where we get to help Mamook more for the gathering one. I think that's a solid idea. But yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go with it, man. And you know, like I said, for the gather one, they could go anywhere. Like I said, the most straightforward one is the Moblins, but they could do other things, man. Who knows? Who knows? All right, though. Let's see. Let's book it back to Tuliolo. And then the next thing we're going to be doing is I'm going to be going out to Labyrinthos to finish the custom deliveries with Margrat. So we're going to be finishing Margrat's custom delivery story, and then when we're done with that, we'll start in on the Dawntrail, the new Dawntrail custom delivery, because we finally got up with the custom deliveries. Huzzah! And more or less just in time to start the new one. So it's been a long journey making our way up through all the custom deliveries. I've been doing them one story. I've been doing them two at a time, but I enjoy doing the storylines one at a time. I still like hand in all my custom deliveries each week. I hand in my extra custom deliveries to previous ones that we've unlocked, but I liked tackling the stories one by one. The reason you discount the Shalloani area is because we already have a Ronik mount with scripts, I guess. I mean, if they were to do something with the Hetsado, with the Makote of Thrall, which would be a fun one. Learn more about the Hetsado. I would take it. Because there is like the Ronik are only one of the Hetso, you know, only one of the animals that they look to for migration. So, you know, they could pull out a completely different beastie if they wanted to. Like, hey guys, it's migration season for the other fucking animals, and a new Makote group has come into town, and by Makote I mean the Hetsado. You know? Unless we somehow get a Roni Griever mount. Oh man, holy crap. I mean, they could swing it. They could swing it. I mean, and from a lore standpoint, it'd be kind of crazy, but they could be like, this one's tame. This one's okie dokie. Trained from birth. You know, something like that. Or it's just a wee little, it's a runt of the litter. And it really wants to travel with you. You know, that kind of thing. Maybe a little Roni Griever minion. You know what, we're right by the docks here anyway. Also, let me take this off. There we go. Oh, and also put our little. Look at this little Pelupelu minion fucking book it. the little run. Very cute. All right, to Labyrinthos. By first making our way to Old Charlayan, and then we can get to Labyrinthos from here. Yeah, I'm excited. There's, like I said, there's still a lot of content to look forward to in Dawntrail. You know, stuff that we don't know what the stories are going to look like for those things, like, you know, the variant dungeons or the exploratory zone, with Shade's Triangle. Like, who knows? That stuff's going to be juicy. I can feel it. We're gonna get some hot, spicy lore from there. We're gonna give some spicy lore. People are theorizing, like, ooh, maybe because, you know, like, Keddenram sailed the ocean, maybe Keddenram's gonna join us in this journey or whatever have you. Like, ooh, what mysteries and secrets were discovered here, you know? Mm-hmm. Your crafted item party finder has definitely died. We're just kind of peeking at it. Yeah, it's getting to be kind of like the early morning hours, and this is kind of where, like, kind of the low, the low time for any game, really. You know, it's when it's the late night crew has gone to bed and the early morning crew hasn't woken up yet. This is the opposite of prime time. The polar opposite of prime time. All right. So we'll do a little recap here for the Margrat Custom Delivery for where we are so far. First of all, let me get onto a crafter. I think we were making like eye drops or something like that, so let me get on to maybe alchemist. That seems appropriate. Here we go. All right. So here we are back with the Margrat Custom Deliveries. We're going to be continuing this little storyline here. So basically this entire custom delivery has been about learning more about the scientists that have helped build the Ragnarok, the ship that we used, you know, in Endwalker to, you know, get to Ultima Thule and whatever have you, and learning more about the different branches of the different sciences that they use to build the thing, you know, down to the materials and the magics that they've used, or the propulsion system and everything like that. All the things that came together to build the ship that helped deliver us onto the edges of the universe to save the star and all worlds beyond. So we owe these guys a lot, and we're helping them out, you know, as they move on to like some different endeavors here in Labyrinthos and the Charlayan Institute here is, you know, sets to deliver out funds and stuff like that, and a lot of like, because Charlene is so pragmatic and like only what is necessary, you know, a lot of their more like wholesome, you know, like things that would improve their day-to-day lives, they get rejected from funding, and so we're helping make some of that stuff for them. And I think currently the step that we're on is we're making some eye drops for some of the weary Labyrinthos scientists, specifically the ones that worked on the magic system of the ship. So the things that, you know, like the interconnected magical geometries and stuff like that that help make the ship go. But yeah, let me see. I think we needed, let's go buy the stuff over here. Energizing eye elixir. This is the one. I think it'll be 1-to-1. Let me just double check. Margrat, what's up here? A pleasure as always, my lady of peerless procurement. Have you anything to soothe Groldivert's tired eyes? Okay, energizing eye elixir is what we're gonna be making here. Alright, hold on, Margrat. Let's see. Custom deliveries. Margrat, energizing eye elixir. Yeah, this custom delivery I've greatly been enjoying so far, because all the scientists are just like they don't know that we're one of the scions or whatever have you. We're well known, but apparently not a lot of people know what we look like. And so every time it gets revealed that, oh, we're like one of the heroes that went on the goddamn ship, there's like, oh my god, the Kelwyn Light, like. It's like, Margrat, why didn't you tell us? It was the same thing when we first got introduced to Margrat, because we got introduced by one of the head scientists here, who we briefly spoke with in the MSQ, very briefly. He was the one that was telling stories about, you know, Fortunat, when Alice and Alphina were little. Briefly, in Labyrinthos Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. You know, that whole part of, that whole Rick and roll with the you know, the second half of Labyrinthos, where we were getting the Ragnarok ready to fucking go. That whole rigmarole. There we go. That was the phrase I was looking for. Yeah, a lot of times they're just like, what are you like, oh my god, like, and we're asking you for like these small things, and I you know, like, I hope we get a dialogue option that gets to tell them like, dude, we are lucky. Like, it's thanks to you guys that we get to care about small problems like this, and it's not end of the world fucking shenanigans. And like, listen, y'all fucking deserve, you know, like the thanks that I can show you here. You know, like, I want to help you guys out because you guys are fucking legends. Like, yeah, the Lopperts had like the moon or whatever have you, but you know, we wouldn't have been able to go, you know, without your ship, man. Like I said before, I think the Lopperts said that they had propulsors on the moon. Like, the moon was gonna be like an arc that was gonna go through it, but I don't know if it would have been fast enough to get to the edge of the universe and do what we did with that shit. So, you know, like, thanks for being a part of saving the fucking universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, truly the background heroes. Alright, here we go. Let's hand these in now. Let's see. Yep, we're good. Alright. Eye drops may seem like the obvious solution. Get it? But if you ask me, Grondvel might benefit as much, if not more, from a fluffy bed or an eye mask. A quarter-bell nap can do wonders for one's health. I can agree to that. And then there's the general high-quality item. high quality line. So let us hand all these in. And the last one, boom shakalaka. Alright then, I do believe we've accumulated sufficient succor for our blary, blinking comrade. I shall be back anon. Look, wouldn't you say Gronderve's eyes glimmer with renewed vitality? Are your eyes glimmering, my dude? I sincerely doubt they look any different. But the efficacy of the items you provided is undeniable. I've suffered fewer headaches, and my vision does seem clearer. I dare say this newfound comfort will enable me to execute my work with even greater precision. Hell yeah, dude, it's a small comforts in life, man. So you can work in comfort. These are the nice glasses. Got like the piercing blue eyes and like the gold pairs with like the gold earring. Dude, swanky. You've been a boon to me and my team. I'm glad, dude. Out of curiosity, why so much intense squinting of late? It must be awfully delicate stuff to tax your eyesight so. Indeed it is. Our current assignment is complicated, sometimes punishingly so. But we are resolved to see it through. And you see, during the Ark's conversion to the Ragnarok, it was just an arc meant to bear people to the moon, and then it became like the Ragnarok. We're going to the edge of the universe. I spoke with the Lemons and Arcanists come to deliver supplies. Oh, okay, yeah. It wasn't long before we discovered, to our mutual delight, the uncanny similarities between Arcanima and systems etherology. Okay, so the Arcanima of the Lalas of the South Sea Isles that made their way to Limsa, yeah. Arcane geometries were first conceived as a means to perceive and manipulate etheric energy in specific natural environments, namely those of the South Sea Isles, the presumed birthplace of Arcanima. I've been there. Hello, Variant Dungeon, what's up? But while our regulators were designed to serve a rather different purpose, the underlying the ether regulators on the ship were designed to serve a rather different purpose. The underlying principles of their operation are more or less the same. Now that we needn't concern ourselves with the end of civilization, we are free to engage in joint research with our friends in the Arcanist Guild. Hell yeah, dude. Sounds like our arrangement with Garland Ironworks. Yeah, I remember this is, yeah, they said that most of their arrangements, some of these scientists have found, are like working in collaboration with the Garland Ironworks. What is your current objective? We seek to incorporate analytical and conditional branching functionalities into a framework utilizing arcane geometries. Like they want to make a mech? The G warrior gains AI, is that what we're doing here? Analytical and conditional branching functionalities in a framework utilizing arcane geometries. Yeah, they want to code basically AI into some. And by iterating this process, we hope to produce a single comprehensive system capable of a heretofore unrealized feat. Okay. To wit, one capable of automatically heating foodstuffs to optimal temperature for consumption. Never mind. Lower scale, lower scale, lower scale. They want to make a microwave. Never mind. Lower scale. They're making a microwave. What did you say? You mean our days of eating cold Arkham burgers would be over? Dude, man, a cook fire could do this for you, man. Like a stove, like... All right. I guess they're the microwave, the convenience of the microwave, though. I mean, it's true. Your arcane whatsits would be able to restore them to their original juicy glory? Mankind need never suffer cold burgers again. Wow. He does God's work. Wow, you do the 12's work, my dude. Margrat has blessed you with his genius grandeur. That's what I was saying, man. The world will never be in the same after your etheric food warmer is complete. Alright. Etheric food warmer. You agree, don't you, Kelwood? Yes, I mean, a good pursuit as any. I mean, could be doing other things, but this could be bring a lot of people, a lot of convenience to their lives. Sure. Oh, she just called us Kelwyn. Sorry, I take a lot of screenshots, guys. I might delete some of these later, but I like this quest line delights me. Kelwyn. Why is that name so familiar? Oh dear. Oh, cue the fucking music, dude. About that. I should have mentioned sooner, but Kelwyn is Kelwyn Light of the Scions. Yeah, that's me. One of the heroes who traveled aboard the Ragnarok to the end of the known universe. Margrat. I expected more from you, of all people. To have let me in ignorance impose upon the goodwill of such an esteemed personage. Dude, no, I volunteered, dude. I understand how you feel. I do. But that's why. I just wanted everyone to get to know her. What? Margrat? You were just like, oh man, sweet. let me make use of your clearly amazing skill. You also wanted them to get to know me? Not as a hero on a pedestal, whom we would never dare to approach. But as a person, like you and me. And I wanted her to get to know everyone, too. The nameless faces that work so hard to make her journey possible. Hell yeah, dude, that's why I'm here, dude. That's why I'm helping y'all, dude. And raise their voices in cheer at her triumphant return. Right in the Kokoro. Okay. I suppose we would be glad for further donations. Should be willing and able to oblige us. My laboratory would, of course, contribute to our due compensation as well. Until next time, then. And thank you, Kelwyn, for everything. Dude, no problem. I'm glad that the universe is saved as well. Alright, hugs all around, guys. Hugs all around. Get in. Get in here. No, I don't think I'll do it. Get in. Get in. Alright, Margrat could not be happier with your efforts. She now considers you an irreplaceable comrade. irreplaceable comrade. Okay. Through your efforts, many dedicated intellectuals have found comfort and respite, as they rightly fucking deserve. It seems, however, that Margrat has something on her mind. Oh, little quest, let's go! Oh yeah, this is also the, hey, you've reached the delivery limit. Why have I not returned to my lab and my other neglected responsibilities? Never you fear, I'll tend to the perpetual bin fires just as soon as you leave. You're in no hurry to go, right? Don't leave me alone with the bin fires. Okay, that was just there you reach the maximum deliveries here, but we get to continue the quest. Because this was the finale of the Margrat Delivery, Custom Delivery series. The Pride of Labyrinthos. Margrat is thoughtfully observing her surroundings. I see the parade of disgruntled petitioners marching into Thesauros has come to an end. All thanks to you, I'd wager. Common scripts seem far too impersonal a reward for such a feat. I agree. Which is why I have secretly prepared you something else. But before I hand over the goods, I was hoping you might pay Theopoldin a visit. Oh, he was the scientist that sent us on this shit, right? Apparently, he needs your reassurances that I haven't been an overbearing taskmaster. I pity he's never shown a fraction of that concern for how we've suffered under the yoke, or lifted a finger to reform Thesaurus's broken policies. But what would I know? These poor scientists, dude. Like, oh yes, he doesn't want you to be overworked, but what about us? What about us being overworked? Anyway, you should be in Emporia. If you take pity on the old man. And no rest for the compassionate, eh? No rest for the righteous. I'll fetch your present, so go and pay Theopold a visit, would you? He should be in Aporia. Alright. The fuck is Aporia? Oh, it's over here, where the Pandemonium people are. This is where I think we met with him, originally in the MSQ, when we were doing our little, Labyrinthos Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. I remember. Alright, hey yo, my dude, what up? I honest dude, I wasn't expecting to see you in this quest line again. What voice did I give you? I think it was also kind of like a... I see Margrat saw fit to release you from a grasp. Thank you for stopping by. I understand that you ended up fulfilling not only her request, but those of a number of other researchers in Charlotte and Hamlet. Though I and many others appreciate the lengths to which you have gone on our behalf, I do hope you did not find the experience too vexing. Nah, man. I'm only too happy to help, man. These guys deserve it. On the contrary, your researchers are a delight, or not vexing so much as taxing, but well worth the scripts. But, you know, money is money. No, I'm gonna say the first one. On the contrary, your researchers are a delight. I'm relieved to hear it. You must be accustomed to dealing with strong personalities, given your adventures with the Archons, to say nothing of the Levias. You know what? The strong personalities are the interesting ones, man. And as long as they're, you know, as long as their heart's in the right place, power to them. To say nothing of the Leviers. They have quite a reputation. And I guess the Archons as well. I suppose I should have known my fears would be unfounded. Margret would be the last person to willingly aggravate Kelwyn Light, after all. Oh, really? Margret specifically? Oh, okay. Hers is but one small tale from the final days. Perhaps inconsequential compared to some, yet significant in its own way. With the appearance of the realm's first blasphemy in Razatan, our steady construction of the Ark became a mad race to the finish. Then the Aetherburner was enhanced, enabling our ship to become a starfaring vessel that would bear the Scions to the very edge of existence. And as our aim shifted to accommodate the escalating threat to our star, many who helped construct the Ragnarok suffered under the weight of the psychological burden. Yeah, of being like, hey, yeah, this work is is now on the, now you need to like complete this work or like we all gonna die. That's a lot of pressure. And like also complete it well because it's bearing the hope of humanity. Of course, the Ragnarok's construction was a collaborative effort, made possible only by the advanced Loperate technology and resources sourced from all across the world. Hell yeah. But rare was the soul among us who never considered the darkest of possibilities. Crushed as we were by nigh endless labor. What if I made a mistake? What if my error proves fatal for all of us? Dude, I feel you. I was just in the Chaotic Alliance raid. That's the feeling all the time. What if I make a mistake? What if my error proves fatal for all of us? Welcome to raiding, my dude. Margret was no different, and though the stress drove her into a state of delirium at the time, after the Ragnarok departed, well, it was difficult to watch. Insomnia, loss of appetite. How long were we gone for? To notice insomnia. Because it really felt like we weren't gone long because like we left and then we came back and everybody was still like waiting for us on the steps. Frequent and spontaneous fits of crying. Anything she did manage to eat typically didn't stay down for long. She was inconsolable until the Ragnarok returned safely. So this makes it sound like that our journey to Ultima Thule happened over a course of days. But from the MSQ, it looked like it was not a long trip at all. You know, maybe they just every day would go out onto those steps to check. Or maybe as soon as they heard of our return, everybody rushed out, you know, probably like that. She was inconsolable until the Ragnarok returned safely, and for a period after as well. Hers was not a unique condition. The severity varied by person, but all our researchers struggled in the same fashion as the final days wore on. That is why your journey, and your homecoming hold so much significance for them. You are living proof that everything we endured held meaning. It was worth it. It was all worth it, as Nadana said. It comes up in the quest lines over and over and over again. You know, the resistances in Stormblood. They had to fight on so that their comrade's sacrifice would have meant something. That in the end their struggles would be worth it. That they would see their nations freed again. It would all be worth it. That it had meaning. That their efforts weren't for naught. Shockingly easy to forget sometimes. So thank you spending so much time with us. We'll do, because we're like a constant reminder of hey, it was worth it, because we're like the heroic symbol of it all. But the past is the past, and our memories do not justify the misuse of your time and energy. Should never be too much. I implore you to say no to Margret and the others. They'll understand. Now then, I hope you continue to enjoy the wonders that only those vortex of unassailable intellect and irrepressible emotion can provide. All right, determined nod. All right, Margret, looks like you need a hug more than ever. Move aside. I thought when they said like Margret specifically wouldn't want to, you know, like impose upon us or whatever have you, she was gonna there was gonna be like some specific connection to us, like we saved her before or something like that, like through our efforts somewhere, you know, like we made a difference that we didn't even know about. So it happens sometimes. And it's just like, you know, I'm one of the kids that you saved, or I'm one of the people that looked up to you when you did this, or etc, etc. Or not the kids that you saved, like not like she was a kid and grew up, but you know what I'm saying, like one of the people that our efforts saved at some point in time. But now they just went with, oh my god, the scientists are so fucking thankful that the Ragnarok did its job. That everything was saved. Yo, Margret, get over here. Get over here. All right. Welcome back. I take it you found the Theopoldin. I have a special gift here. If you're in need of a palate cleanser, here you go. From my heart to yours. What is this mysterious gift I've been given? That, my friend, is a Gleaner's uniform. Dyed a particularly exquisite shade. I think you'll like it. I wasn't sure what to get you, but since you are my personal Gleaner, what could be better than bespoke clothing? Many glamour people would agree. So I leaned on a few contacts, called in some favors, and voila! Fashion. If it's not too much trouble, would you try it on for me? I like to think my measurements were accurate, but you can never be too sure. Use the storage facility when you're ready to change, and come and find me by the Aetheryte when you've finished. Aye. The Gleaner garb. Oh, it's blue. This is the particular color. Instead of like the green. It's nice. It's gonna be gathering of little scientists. What the fuck, the loudspeakers? Testing. That's right, I'm on the fucking loudspeakers now, bitches. Who let me in here and gave me this microphone? Who knows? But you'll have to listen to this shit now. The people I had to bribe to get here, actually just told them it was for Kelvin or whatever, and they probably let me do it. But here we are. It's gonna be like, the Kelvin light is currently in the fucking vicinity, guys. She's gonna announce us. Greetings, comrades of Labyrinthos. It is I, Margret, propulsion etherologist, coming to you with a very special announcement. I'm mildly concerned. Some of you may have noticed a distinguished-looking lady standing by the Aetheryte in Charlotte and Hamlet. Ah, shit, hide. Hide. She's drawing attention to us. Social anxiety is kicking in. What distinguished lady? Run! Who is she, you ask? Why, none other than one of the brave souls we entrusted to the Ragnarok. Kelvin Light. Okay. Oh no. Now I realize that some of you may feel compelled to smother her with questions and affection. However, I must insist you rein in those impulses and approach, should you like to do so, with a surplus of restraint and respect. Don't mob me, please. Oh, man. We are really looked up to and beloved here, aren't we? There's like, thanks for carrying on all the work we did and making it all worth it. For carrying forth this dream. There's a line that we get in Ultimate Duel, where one of the line choices that you get where you say, "We shall not forsake our cause." And truly, it is our cause. Everybody's. Look for the lovely Makote wearing the blue uniform. Oh no. That's right, I dyed it blue so you could be super visible, you sons of bitches. She could have warned us. Remember? So she knew we would want this. Remember, seize the moment, not the gleaner. Seize the moment, not the gleaner. That's right, don't fucking tackle her either. Did you see a Cohen light? I have to pay my respects. I must. Shit, I missed the first line. Didn't realize where we were going. Where did you say? Oh no. Oh shit. Look, a blue gleaner's uniform. There. Oh shit, they're all fucking running. We are very concerned. Hi guys. Pardon me. Are you Cowan Light by any chance? Yeah, guys, that's me. Is that Theopold in the back? Yo, Theopold, what's up? Look at all the researchers. Now these are some of the ones we've seen before. I think this was the guy with the cats. Oh, there's our researcher friend, I believe, that was researching the materials. Can we see the dialogue that came up before? Oh, here we go. Flustered voice. Did she really say Cohen Line, or am I hallucinating again? Oh, I see how it is. All right. Yeah, guys, that's me. Look at all these swanky people. Got some. I think these are some gleaners in the back over here, like a crafter and stuff like that. Concerned nod. Oh, you're rather different than I imagined. I've been told that many a time. I think when we first met Amaric, I think he said he didn't expect us to be so short, but he was like, for those who remember, Amaric was was a big fan of us. He was a big fan of it. He said he's been following the career of the Warrior of Light and was a big fan. The tales of our heroics, whatever have you. Different than I imagined. Yeah, dude, the tales paint us as a hero larger than life. But, you know, depending on our race, we're actually maybe a little bit short. From the Lullafells to the Makotes, etc. Oh, oh my god, they're all gonna talk to us. The heartfelt music comes in again. Trembling researcher. You don't feel, regular, do you, after your travels? Are you well? Dude, I love this. We get to talk to the researchers. They're super fans of us, dude. Yeah, dude, don't worry. I'm well after that. And, you know, like, yeah, I almost died. Really unrelated to everything. It was because Xenos was there. like I almost died from the other shit too, but mostly I almost died because of Xeno, so it was kind of unrelated to all that biznatch, but, you know, managed to make it back alive. Oh, I'm so glad. We're doing quite well too. I mean, I'm glad. Dude, I'm glad you guys are doing well too, dude. You guys deserve more rest. That's why I've been helping out around here. You know what? You guys deserve every comfort. He's right, though. Thanks to you, we're living out our lives and continue our research with nary an apocalypse in sight. I'm glad. Truly. Thank the gods. Thank everything, dude. We managed to avert that shit. Our experiences working on the Ragnarok have proven instrumental to our current prospects. Once you've sent a ship to Ultima Thule, nothing feels too intimidating to try. Yeah, dude. Once you've accomplished such an impossible feat. Not to mention the complete impossibility of pursuing our passions had we succumbed to meteors, blasphemies, or God knows what else. And they wouldn't even be doing the shit if all of that yet. They would, if they had escaped on the ship, you know, like all humanity and humanity's last hopes would have gone onto the moon to act as a vessel to try to spirit them away to somewhere safe, only they would have found that maybe nowhere was safe. Where would they run? From the Meteon song would have caught up with them eventually, but they'd be worried about, you know, like all the living on the moon problems for a while. Thank you for your service and your bravery. No problem, man. I'll be sure to pass that forward to my friends as well. Thank you for letting us try. For letting us take your ship to the edge of the universe to try to save the star. Instead of just playing the route of, like, let's just use it to escape. Because, you know, when they said that the ship only had enough fuel to either make multiple trips to the moon, or, you know, we were gonna use it to fucking blast. Like, we only had enough time and enough fuel and whatever have you to blast our way to Ultima Thule, or to get people to the moon. And they let us try to save the star. There's some of the researchers there that we had met before. Oh, Margrat. Sorry. Easier to ask forgiveness than permission and so forth to, like, spring this on me. I had hoped we might get the chance to chat, is all. Yeah, sure, but you could have told me. I would have liked the heads up. You and your fellows launched the Ragnarok and took to the heavens. You place your faith in our work. I'll be honest with you, lass, I had very little choice. But the fact that we had something to place any sort of faith in at all was thanks to you guys, man. The fact that we even had this option was thanks to you guys. Maybe you didn't have a choice. Yeah, we really did. Maybe that was truly the last option left to mankind. I don't know how else we were gonna get to the fucking depressed bird, dude. Like I said, like, we could have maybe made something happen with the moon. The moon is a spacefaring vessel, but it would have been, this world would have been fucking decimated so much. Like, it would have taken us longer, I think, with the moon to get there, to get to Ultima Thule. And in that time, who knows what state the world would have been in if and when we returned to it. But you and the rest of the Scions aboard that ship meant everything to us. Oh, look at the cute little owl there in the yellow beret. Your safe return meant everything to us. Meant everything to me too, honestly, guys. It meant everything to me too. I'm very glad to have returned safely. We all gave the Ragnarok strict instructions, you see. We told her to spare nothing in bringing you back. Even if it meant falling apart in the process. Oh man, dude, don't get me into sentient vessels. And whatever have you. Or obviously the vessel itself isn't sentient, but the fact that they poured their hearts into it in this way. To be like, even get them to safety and bring them back, even if it means that all of that work falls apart. Even if you fall apart, do it. You know? I was gonna say, you know, like, if you've watched a little bit into One Piece, if you know, you know. Things get sad. With some of that shit. You know, like my brother, I remember, came over while I was watching at the time. He's like, "Why are you crying over this?" And then I'm just like, "Dude, you don't understand. It sounds silly when you say it out loud, but you know, you don't understand." And then he watched One Piece later down the line. He was just like, "I get it." You know? Oh man, if you know, you know. I didn't make it that far in One Piece. I think I ended up leaving, dropping off at One Piece right after, like, there was like an island with like shadows on it. So I didn't get that far. I didn't make it to the time skip. I should say there's a time skip. That's like a bar for people to figure shit out. Anyway. I don't remember if I took a screenshot. There we go. So I'll probably go back and delete some of these now, but this is... I love this. And the old girl listened. Thank you guys for all your efforts. Belated though the fanfare may be, allow us to officially welcome you home. Cohen Light, you are, and always will be, the pride of Labyrinthos. Oh, dude, that was the name of the quest, the Pride of Labyrinthos. Isn't like the Pride of the Scientist or the Ragnarok isn't the Pride of Labyrinthos. Us, a hero that managed to take their creation that far. Dude, my heart, dude. This custom delivery quest line is so good. Just like the Ragnarok, it's skyrocketed. It's skyrocketing up to my favorite of the custom deliveries, dude. I also really like the Kornai one. To help out Suino Sato a little bit there. That one's also really good. But this is really touching. To be thanked for our efforts, man. To know that we meant so much to the scientists here, dude. To get to help them out a little bit, too. As such, we have one final question for you. Would you say it was a smooth ride? Yeah. I say it's an excellent ride. Like we were it was smooth sailing all the way up until we hit Medion. All the way up until we hit Medion's domain, in which case, you know, like, shit was wildly fucked. Shit was wild. I don't think it would matter what vessel we were in. Like, we were in the fucking Dynamis, deep in the Dynamis Juju. And it didn't matter what we were riding on. We would have been fucking screwed anyway. It could have been like, you know, God's perfect vessel and that Dynamis would have fucked us over. But, you know, like, otherwise, you know, it was all good. No crashes or anything like that. To the end of eternity and back, smooth as butter. Or made it home alive, thanks to you. Well, I wouldn't say it's the... Well, I wouldn't. It wasn't really to the end of eternity and back. It's not like we were. The eternity is a measurement of time, not a measurement of distance. This one that gives them less praise, though, in terms of like, well, we made it back alive, you know. But I do want to give them thanks too. I think I want to go with this one. Made home alive, thanks to you. That's all we've ever wanted. I love my kooky labyrinthos scientist friends. Margrat, bonus hugs, Margrat. Get over here. Pass this along to every single scientist you see. Give him a tackle hug and be like, this is from Kelvin Light directly onto you. She can't go and hug each and every one of you because she can't locate you in this fucking facility. You maybe don't exist in all these buildings, but I just pass it along. Pass it along, Margaret. Alright. Well, I dare say not even the euphoric thrill of meeting a deadline can measure up to this sublime sense of satisfaction. That uniform becomes you. I hope you remember your friends in Labyrinthos whenever you wear it. My friends in Labyrinthos! You know, I think it's past time I tried on something new myself. Oh yeah, here you go. You can play the dress-up game if you want. What better way to cleanse the mind and replenish the spirit? Let me know if you have suggestions, oh ye of impeccable procurement. Now, speaking of, I'm sure the general populace will soon be clamoring for items gleaned by the hand of generous Kelwyn Light. Since realizing everyone's individual hopes and dreams is too great an endeavor for any one woman, let's narrow our focus to things that everyone can use, preferably for relaxation purposes. Since realizing every individual hope and dream is too great an endeavor for any one woman, listen, we've been trying. Listen, slowly but surely, we've been doing it. Can't be everywhere at once, though. We're counting on you, Kelwyn. Don't be a stranger. There we go, and it's already dyed blue for us, but you can dye it to the regular green if you want. You can dye it to the regular green that you want. There we go, dude. There are the gloves. And pants, pretty regular, pretty straightforward. Pretty regular, pretty straightforward. I would have to say the top is the only thing that's kind of like, you know, I like the kind of fringe frills on the edges here, the fringes. The blue is very nice. All right, we shall take. Thank you. Upgrade to the glamour system where we can store this as one item. I'll have to do that at some point in time. Need to clear out shit for my glamour dresser, dude. Freaking inventory management, the constant hassle with Final Fantasy 14. At least until they can make the glam system, you know, like, better. Alright. Future requests will be selected at random. The researcher relaxation kits. Sets of research and relaxation kit materials and Opal Tetra will earn you particularly handsome rewards. Whenever they make appearance, the effort to procure them will be worth your while. And we can also alter Margaret's appearance, which I won't be doing because I don't usually play the dress-up stuff. At all, really. I'll say particularly don't like an NPC's outfit. In which case I'll be like, eh, take this, I guess. Another day, another battle of attrition against the enemies of ingenuity. Thrice damned misers, the lot of them. Thrice damned misers. God damn the management. Keep fighting the good fight, Margrat. But how do you fare, my friend? I love my labyrinthine scientist friends. All right. So yeah, this will basically loop around to the different things now. But yeah, that is it for the Margrat Custom Delivery. This has been a good one. Single theory, this has been a good one, guys. This is now up there with like my favorite of the custom deliveries. Getting the thanks and getting to meet some of the Labyrinthos scientists that help send us, get us home and back on the Ragnarok. Get us there and back home again. So that we could help save the star. So that we could save the star. Thanks to these guys, man. Thanks to these guys. Yes, this is the relaxation kit stuff. All right. This was a good one. This was a good one. Single tier.